I was born and raised in Wellfleet, Nebraska, which has a population of about 70 people. And I grew up rodeoing, and I graduated from high school with a class of about 20 kids or so. And I came here to UW because it's a family tradition, and to rodeo here also. And my major is agricultural communications, and I have a minor in horticulture, which is what I'll be talking about today. In junior high and high school, and my favorite contest that I took place in was floriculture, which is a part of horticulture. It's just specifically about flowers and floral arrangements. And then my freshman year here, I took an agroecology course, which is just general plant science. And I learned about the horticulture minor then, and it also incorporates floriculture, which is, like I said, what I did in high school. But there's a little bit more to it, the whole process of nurseries and landscaping and yeah.
So what set apart horticulture from the other events back in your FFA days?
I really enjoy the creativity behind it, but also the science behind it. There is a lot of art behind it, and thinking that goes into putting a floral arrangement together. But also I understand plant science a lot better than, say, animal science or welding or something like that. Just everything that goes into it, from planting a seed to selling a floral arrangement. I just really enjoy it and the creativity behind it.
Did you take any art classes in high school?
I'm not the most artistic when it comes to drawing, and I think that I'm able to represent myself better when it came to flowers.
So horticulture was kind of an outlet for your creativity.
Yes.
So what are some key things, how do you think that horticulture can interact with people? What do you think it evokes from people?
Number one, the smell. Flowers smell really good. But second, if you put appealing arrangement together, it's appealing to the eye. If you have the right balance behind it, textures, people want to feel them. It invokes all 5 of your senses pretty close, and yeah.
Yeah, you can even hear.
Yeah,
things flowing.
You can hear them. You could taste them if you want.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's really no other form of art that touches on all 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there is maybe culinary stuff, but
right. Art in general, like we said, is something that makes you think, invokes your senses, makes you compare and contrast and think about what's going on behind the designer's concept. And horticulture does the same. You might possibly think what that person was thinking when they put that floral arrangement together. And it's something that can tie people across cultures, or has different meanings in different cultures. Art does, and different flowers do. Different landscaping arrangements do. The bonsai and the, can we like cut this out or something? The ikebana design is huge in Japan. And I know that their Japanese cherry blossoms are huge, and all of their plants have meanings, and that they lots of times think that if a different plant sprouts in the spring, it might have been someone that they knew that passed away within the last year. And so plants hold lots of different meanings, and that all ties back into horticulture. Horticulture is an art, but it's also a giant industry. It employs millions of people, and has a very large market all across the world. The tulip industry is Holland's biggest industry, not Holland, Denmark. So I had to do a landscape design for my horticulture lab that I'm currently in, and it made me think of how much time and effort goes into properly placing plants, trees, shrubs, whether they're coniferous or deciduous, and where you're putting them around your home. Or not just your home, but a park or a business. because over time, in the course of 50 years or so, they're going to sprout up, and you have to plan ahead and think of how they all work together to make a scenery. I created it off of my home, back home, my childhood home, and I got a 100% on it with the placement for trees that were needed for privacy purposes, different flower plots for decoration, and mixing up the designs and not having too much of one thing and having a balance.
So you unintentionally, at your home when your parents already had a 100%?
Perfectly designed landscape at my home, back home.
And so how, do you think they put much effort into that, or it just happened naturally maybe?
I think maybe not them, but the original owners, because we weren't the first people to live there. And I know that the trees have grown up as I've grown up when I was little, but I think they were there before my parents lived there. But then also we've added stuff over time. So without even thinking, it all just kind of worked out. Good one. College, I have learned a lot more about the horticulture, plant science aspect of agriculture. I really, like I said, enjoyed plant science, and like I said, my major is ag communications, and it's something that I hope to use to spread the word about ag, and someday I hope to be an ag lawyer. And it's just making me more informed on all the different aspects of agriculture. And someday, eventually, I would really love to own a flower shop and be a florist and get to work with it and the art of floriculture specifically every day.
Cool. Thanks, Maddie.
Okay, we good?